Hi, welcome back to another episode of STORYHIVE On Location. We are with Jessica Duerks, and we are going to have some fun today. We are going to show off this fantastic Trashion fashion designers creations. And Jessica, please introduce your model and tell us about what this creation's about.
Well, this is a friend of mine, Justine Atwood. She's lovely, and she brings these characters to life for me, which is so fun. The character is called Shelley Servo. She is a 50s diner robot kind of inspired by the old Dot Matrix and Rosie Jetson. And she's made out of chip bags, if you can believe it. There's 100 chip bags there, all cut and folded, about 7,000 individual pieces cut and folded. And then interspersed with computer parts of computers that I ripped apart. She's got a moving heart sometimes when it wants to move. And the lights, of course. And then her hair too. The hair is its own art piece. It was 6 days of creation and is fully functional with lights up. It has a fan to keep her cool. And yeah, she's probably one of my favorite. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, and she's probably one of the tops.
Okay, this is incredible. So you're saying it took 6 days just for the headpiece?
Just for the headpiece. And like 8 hours a day, 6 days.
Right. And are you working alone on these pieces?
Yes, in my living room, which my family loves. There's garbage all over for days and hot glue, and but they love it as well. The kids think it's just the funniest thing, and but yeah, in my living room.
Of course. So what are you using for the support piece in the skirt?
Underneath is like a big paper mache. I had a 3-foot balloon, and then it was paper mache and cut in half, and then everything was kind of glued to it. And I definitely like a found art kind of person, where I, find pieces that speak to me and then put them together. It just kind of worked out with this one.
It sure did. Okay, and even the wrist pieces here.
Yeah, there's like an old phone here. It probably doesn't light up anymore, but old phone pieces in here with a microphone. It used to beep and boop. That's the rest of her.
Yeah, and the shoes. Let's talk about these shoes.
Oh my goodness.
Here.
Like tissue boxes and more balloons and more paper mache and days of folding and linking.
Right. Okay, and is there a
pieces.
Certain type of fold that has come together for you?
Yeah, so it's like the old gum wrapper fold you used to do with the old double bubbles. You can fold all the, gum chain. Thank you. Word I was looking for, a gum wrapper chain. And yeah, I found it last year when I was doing a Trashion Show piece, and it didn't quite work for the piece. And I was like, I'm going to do this next year. The only downside is that it makes the item smaller as you go. So all of a sudden I needed 7,000 pieces instead of a couple hundred pieces.
So this was featured in the Nelson show.
Yes. Yeah. I took all 4 pieces to Nelson this year. Usually it would only be one, but because it was the first year I found it, I was able to go back 2 years worth of creations to take with me. And I took all of them because I'm glutton for punishment.
Right. And would you say this is one of the larger pieces?
No, they're all about the same or bigger.
Okay. Now you talked about your living room being this, I'm sure it's a beautiful mess, hot mess.
Hot mess. Right.
Do they all get stored in your living room, or do you have a special area where you store these?
I do have a storage unit because I'm an event planner here in town. So I do have a storage unit, but these ones have been in and out of my bedroom closet just because I've had them around and used them for the past 2 years. Unfortunately, a couple of these may go to the trash here soon just because there's no room for them and because they've started to live their life.
Right, I hear what
As
you're
you'll
saying.
see with some of the other ones, they are definitely 2 years is a long time for trash.
Right. Well, do you have anything else that you want to say or showcase about this piece?
Oh my
because you
gosh.
have others we're going to also show, but
There's so many.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, this one is just so much fun. It glows just from the inside out.
Mm-hmm.
I love that about it, especially the hair. It was just such a labor of love that this one, I'll at least be keeping the hair.
Of course.
It'll sit on my mantle for a long time.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, thank you for the description and amazing showing of this piece. And we will be right back with the next one.
Let's see another one.
Yeah. Okay, so Jessica, tell us what Justine is wearing here. And yeah, you were starting to say.
She won second this year in the costume division in Nelson. This is Artemis, my goddess. She is made completely of patio umbrella and a little bit of chip bags.
The feathers are patio umbrellas.
Yeah, so the whole thing is I got 3 umbrellas from a restaurant here in town. They were broken and just going to go to the dump.
Yeah, that happens a lot
A
with
lot.
patio umbrellas.
And I knew I wanted to do something moving. So obviously her wings go up and down. And it was really easy to convert the patio umbrella to a moving frame.
Really easy, was it?
You say, yeah, easier than you would think. And same with the skirt. The skirt was just one whole umbrella inside out. And the feathers took a long time. They were each individually cut and hand fluffed, if you want to say that.
Okay, that's how you got this effect.
Yeah, so they're sewn down the middle and then kind of ripped on either side. It was time consuming and hurt my hands a lot with a wire brush.
So what you're saying is this bar, the metal bar, is also from the
yeah,
patio
so
umbrella.
I don't know if you can see in there, but I just used the same frame and flipped it around so it kind of goes the other, like opposite direction.
Right.
And just screwed a bunch of holes into the frame and started laying feathers. It's and then when I was done, I just put these large feathers to fill in the gaps.
Right. Okay, and now we also have this vest.
Yeah,
which
here,
is
go ahead and put those down.
Okay, when they collapse down.
Yeah.
So Artemis has this vest, and you add your storytelling when you're creating these pieces.
Yeah,
so there is a story here.
There is a little bit. She, like I said, she's the goddess Artemis, and she is the keeper of. She flies the moon across the night sky, so she was very nature inspired. These are all chip bags that have been heat pressed and then color dyed with alcohol dye. They're supposed to be mushroom, I guess was the original idea, was a mushroom jacket. And then I put all this, laid in all this moss. Then we've got a rib cage and heart all made out of glass, broken glass. I have a bucket under my sink, as I'm sure lots of people do, with broken glass. And you say, what do I do with it? And throw it away. I did not. I hand broke and pounded all this glass. Everything along her skirt is glass. Even there's some colored in the feathers as well. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, well, the beautiful headpiece, we can talk about that.
Yeah, the headpiece was actually a last minute add-on.
Yeah,
she needed something natural and just lovely to fill out the rest of the form. And that's just paper mache and some broken jewelry and some dried flowers.
Et voila.
Yeah, took me 2 hours.
Right.
And then this guy comes down.
Okay, then these clips come off and it drops to a full
Too
skirt.
big full skirt.
Right.
Oh.
Woohoo!
I shaved and grated crayon for 2 days.
What?
And then you lay it on there and melt it, and it looks awful. And all of a sudden it crumbles off to this beautiful reveal underneath.
It sure is a beautiful reveal.
I definitely want to use crayon again.
Yes, I hope that you do. So I believe in 2017, Revelstoke had a Trashion fashion event that changed the world for you.
Well, and it was actually later than that because of COVID, unfortunately. It got shut down right before I was done this outfit. So it went into storage for 2 whole years, if you can believe it, and survived. And came out to win top prize with the groom in 2023.
Okay.
I had to think about that.
2023, yes.
Yeah. She is by far my favorite. She is just wine corks and glue and some paper. She is definitely, and a sheet, an old sheet. But she's definitely by far my favorite and took less time than probably all the other outfits, if you can believe that.
I can. Well, you're using less material, so maybe when you get into the flow of using a certain material, it's going to come
True,
together.
and they're a little bigger. Like the chip bags are really tiny, whereas these are, I think there was 700 in this whole piece, and then cut in half.
Okay, so what was the inspiration?
Oh, I wanted to do something with wine corks that year. And I'm a wedding planner, so I thought bride, and that's where that started. And I was able to get all these wine corks from one place in town at the Regent This was from one of their New Year's parties. And yeah, I really challenge myself to try to use one item. 80% of an outfit is one item.
Okay.
That is all of this. It's all wine corks. And yeah, some little trinkets here and there.
What is the structure for this?
Again,
portion of
paper
the skirt?
mache with fabric. I used an old sheet. There's also a bike tire keeping her shape under there at the very bottom. But yeah, the glue is holding a lot of that together. White glue.
Yes, and it's like a faux hawk.
Yes, that was an add-on. After I took it out of storage after COVID, I just decided she needed a couple of zhuzhy items, so we did this lovely bouquet, which I've actually had offers to buy as a real bouquet. It's got broken jewelry, paper flowers, some fabric flowers from my own wedding bouquet, and then these string light covers, just some random. Yeah, these are the CDs. Yeah. So the CDs from here are the same. They just pop open when you play with CDs and create with CDs. So one piece became a flower and the other piece, other piece went into her shiny bits on the straps.
Yeah, and there's even some images of the old 1950s.
Yeah, these are actually patterns from my mother and my mother-in-law that were sitting in a box for years. And the outfits are all size 0. So who wears that these days? And you can't actually recycle any of this because it's color in there as well. The old patterns use things that you can't recycle. So it was just all garbage again.
Well, thank you again for modeling.
Thank you for coming to see these, guys. These are so much fun to see and so much fun to talk about.
Like really, you've created some very beautiful pieces, and they're very unique. Yeah. And is there one more?
There is, if we want to go for it. Yeah, let's do it.
So we were talking about the bride and the groom when we saw the bride, and now we get to meet the groom.
This is the paper punk groom. He is made mostly of just paper.
Wow. Yeah.
This one is favorite. This one also won second in Nelson in the dress formal, thank you. Dress formal category. He's also super fun. Fits you really well, actually, Justine. These are 2 years of used coffee filters from my own house. We saved them and dried them and cleaned them and ironed them, and it was super fun. Smelled like coffee in my house for a while. Then these are coffee bags, like the big burlap bags they use at coffee places. Those also get thrown out.
So when I see a seam like this, did you sew that in there, or that was a part of the bag?
This was actually part of the bag. And then I added some more coffee filters just as the cap on the end. But those are just half bags cut and sewed together. Yes, he's steampunk. Yeah, very steampunk inspired. The vibe just kind of gave that off with his monochromatic look, and I just ran with it.
Absolutely. Okay, and this seems a little bit stiff. This
one, and it's actually stiffening a little bit with age. It's paint, latex paint, and paper. And yeah, it just, it was a little more flexible to begin with, but I actually kind of like how stiff it is. It makes him stand up straight.
Right, okay. So let's talk about the glasses or goggles, the steampunk goggles, I want to say.
Just paper again with some mason jar. Mason jar lids, some old bike parts. Again, these are the old pattern paper, just paper mached onto more paint, latex paint that was hardened and cured.
Right.
Old stuff that smelled really bad. In New Zealand, there's a contest called the World of Wearable Art, and it's amazing and huge. I would love to go there one day, but it's again on another level. But it's a dream.
It's a dream to work towards. Yes. Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't know what else I can say.
Today we're here with Jessica Duerks, and we've just had the best time getting to see these amazing creations. Jessica is a Trashion fashion designer.
It's right. I
keep wanting to say it like that, but is there a different way you would describe yourself?
No, I think that's really probably the best way.
Okay.
As long as you know what Trashion is, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Well, we could break that down.
Well, and it's become much bigger these days. I mean, you can find a Trashion show almost anywhere. most places have them. It's just so much fun. I mean, it's a really fun idea to use up some stuff that would otherwise get thrown out.
Exactly. But besides doing this Trashion, you're also an event planner.
Yes.
So RockIt Events, great name.
Thank you. It's my favorite. It was a passion project of mine. I worked in the kitchen for 20 years, slugging it out, coming home smelling like fry oil, and I was done. And I kind of got out right before COVID, right before all the restaurants shut down anyways. It was almost perfect. Perfect timing for me. And I did a community funded program with Community Futures and started RockIt. I love it. It's been so much fun, and I get to make my own rules and my own hours. And after having kids, it was just the way to go.
Perfect. So let's just cycle back a little bit further. You did grow up in Salmon Arm.
Yes, not too far from here.
Yeah, not too far from where we are as well. So how did you end up in Salmon Arm and then going to technical fashion school, I believe?
Technical theater school.
Theater school,
yes.
sorry.
Yeah. So I could build sets, and I love to build and create and have fun with it. And theater school just seemed to be the right fit until I figured out I'd probably have to sew buttons in a basement for 5 years before you get anywhere. And I wasn't really willing to do that. And I'm not a night person. Theater, it's dark and night all the time, and I hated it. So I just kind of moved on from theater, quit college, and moved to Vancouver, I think at that point, and got a job it was catering style job. I got to cater small lunches for a law firm style place, and it was a lot of fun. I got to plan their party once a year, and it kind of kicked it off from there of, this is what I want to do. I want to create events, and I love a theme. A good themed event is probably my favorite thing. Just get to build a party around an idea and just have fun with it.
Right, yeah, transformation is your thing.
Again, yes.
Right. What were the beginnings of RockIt Events? How did it come together for you as a business?
Oh my goodness. I actually started it to buy another business in town, and 7 days before I was funded, they sold it to another lady in town. So I had to go at it myself, which was fine. I took a much smaller loan, and I just started from scratch. And it was really great. The way I built my business was every wedding I kind of collected stuff from the bride. She'd either sell it off or didn't want to take it with her. So I was able to build an inventory that way, slowly, and with the stuff that was relevant to the time, which was really great because wedding stuff kind of flips over every couple of years. So it was a very natural way to grow and a very natural way to start. And just 2 a year, and then I went to 4 a year, and then I think 6, and then 12. It's kind of slowed down now. The post-COVID rush was very big, very heavy in events, but it's slowed down. And with the fires every year now, people are a little more tenuous to plan big events. They're much smaller.
I'd like to go back to when you were a teenager. And was it theater that you were interested in then? Like, what has created this fun, crazy personality that you have?
I definitely have a lot of weird, random talents. I was going to go into hotel management, and didn't make it the first year. So then it was, what can I do that's fun? So I went into technical theater, which taught me how to build and create. And one of the best things I learned there was good from far, but far from good, which goes into a lot of this stuff because it doesn't have to last long. It just has to be on stage for a short period of time, and people see it from far away. But after theater, I got into catering and events, and it just kind of grew from there. But yeah, a lot of weird, random talents.
Well, you'd mentioned, I think, storytelling and how important that is to you. So what's going on up here all the time? Are there stories, imaginings?
It's just constantly going. I'll see something, and it'll spark an idea. And so once I get an idea in my head, it's kind of it. It's all or nothing.
What other dreams do you see in the near future for being a Trashion designer and, an event planner, pulling these different things together?
Well, and right now, because wedding season's so slow, I have a part-time job here in Revi with Chronometer, and I plan their parties, which is all encompassing and so much fun. So right now my focus is on them. But I don't know. I'm already, like I said, I'm already collecting for next year's Trashion Show, so I'm assuming that'll happen. But I don't know. It's a weird place to be. It's a weird niche because it's something that I have to do myself and put my own hours into. And then where do they go afterwards? Where, what happens to them? I'm finding, right, once they are done here at the school, who knows what's going to happen? I don't have any room for them anymore. So it's just about will it work in my life and what comes, what's going to be next. But
Right.
we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next.
Thank you.
Yeah. I really appreciate you sharing these amazing creations with us, talking about RockIt Events. And I wish
my
you
love.
all the best for your future aspirations. And one day maybe we'll look on the TV and there you will be in New Zealand
Who knows?
taking first prize for some wild
and
creation.
crazy idea.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them up there.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you.